What up, everybody? My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the Wheelhouse. Okay, I really hope you guys have been watching my videos. I've been basically laying out a blueprint for exactly how to navigate this market. I've been explaining how to I saw what was going to happen, and it's been happening. Get out of your positions with profit, even if you think that they're going to go up. There's a lot of uncertainty in the markets, right? Okay, across the board. We all know what it is. Russia, Ukraine, new developments on that. Vladimir Putin is flexing the nuclear game, saying that he is going to that he has a new nuclear missile, basically, and he will show his adversaries basically what time it is. It's not good. That's just not good, right? The beige book info. We'll see what's going to happen with that. We've had a lot of information with the Fed and the rate hikes and the balance sheet. We all know about that. Inflation, we know about that. Food crisis, we know about that. Supply chains, we know about that. Netflix, we know about that. Elon buying Twitter, we know about that. And Tesla earnings crushed it. Incredible. Elon is just a beast. Wow. Talk about, there's certain stocks along the way since the history of the beginning of the stock market. There's been certain ones that have just been incredible leaders through an acceleration phase on earnings and revenue and growth. And Tesla is certainly qualified, and it qualified a long time ago. It's not just right now. And it is still in that. I mean, it's first to market on electric vehicles. The guy's, mining his own nickel, working on autonomous level 5 driving. Of course, it's not ready, but I mean, a pioneer, right? And not to mention all of his other businesses. So, there's been a few handfuls of these types of. Yahoo was one, Qualcomm was one. There was a big one of the big railroads. I can't remember if it was Lionel or I can't remember who it was. There's been a group of them along the way that have just been complete outperformers, and Tesla is certainly one of them. I've been walking you through the indexes. I want to show you, if you've been following, that this was the minor trend reversal. We pivoted to the 200, came back, made our first lower high, broke the EMAs in 200, bounced off the minor trend reversal all the way back above it, but created another lower high, back below the EMAs in 200, again, a double bottom, bounce off the minor trend reversal, up we go, back above. Okay, a coiling type of a move in this pattern, and then back below a triple bottom. And yesterday we were right here and we broke this minor trend reversal of this pattern. Okay, I don't know what else to call it, so we'll just we'll call it that. Really, this is the minor, this is the mid, and this is the mega, which we want to get back to. Once we finally get out of this major base, which can go on for a long time, and then that'll be the next leg of the bull run. But for now, we got to pay attention to the daily. And yesterday, we actually broke this one, and it looks like the wick is right there. So we broke this one as well. The Dow did really well. It actually came all the way up to the top of this pattern. Okay, very, very bullish on the Dow. This is very good news. Remember, the Dow is a leading indicator, so we want to pay attention. All indicators looking really good. Very strong. We'll just go through them really quick, and then I want to get into some of the 52-week lows. I want to, show you this whole moving average and just some different bullish stocks, and reiterate, a little bit about how to navigate this market. Things I've been doing. Small successes every day are successes, even if some of your longs in the NASDAQ you're having trouble getting out of. As long as you're trading a certain way, realizing gains along the way, and not being deep in margin where it really stings, you can navigate your way through this. And eventually some of these ones that are at the 52-week lows will start to trend up at some point. So we just got to be patient for those. The Russell, looks like the Russell, in a nutshell, just real quick, on the Russell, you had, let me just move this so we have more space. And let me scale the chart. Okay, so this was like stimulus. This was the pandemic and then stimulus money. A lot of the small caps, a lot of people got in the stock market. That's 2020. 2021, it was range bound from here to here, bouncing in this channel, just going sideways. It did have a breakout. It failed, tested, and eventually broke that, created this new low, double bottomed, and it's, now it's getting rejected off of that, and it's finally showing some momentum. So we'll see if this has enough momentum to break back into this channel, or if it gets rejected again. But some bullish behavior there to note. The SPY, I had mentioned the SPY was actually looking decent compared to some of the other ones. The Dow was indecision, but the SPY I liked because it had the blue ribbon, and it bounced off the 200 and minor trend reversal. And this is actually bullish on the SPY, so we keep an eye on that. Volume coming in, outperforming. Well, this is actually set to the SPY, so don't worry about that. That wouldn't make sense for the SPY versus SPY, but this is great. See the dotted lines and the stochastic, how it goes across, coiling and curling at the bottom with the blue line on the stochastic, rolling up is a very good sign. We also have our HMA over here is starting to move up, and it's the right color. This is looking good. Everything's looking good on the SPY. I like what I see. It's the NASDAQ that I've been talking about that we got to be really careful with. It does show on the Hike and Ashi a little bit of progress, although we know it was a big down day on the SPY, and you could see this is just making these lower highs. It got rejected off of its minor. Well, it has a double minor, so it has this one and this one. So it got a breakout, a fail, a rejection, a breakdown, and it's working its way up. We'll see if it breaks out or if it breaks down. If it breaks down, I mean, it's going to be more pain. Okay, let's move on a little bit and just take a look at a few different things that I've been seeing. I have a ton of stuff. I just put in this one. Okay, so I picked up this ape at $11.90. It's up $6 in 3 days. This is a daily. You can see this thing is running hard. I picked it up right here on this breakout, basically, or no, it was a little bit before. Oh, it was on this candle over here, somewhere in this candle. When this little triangle fired off, I bought it and made an alert in the Discord. By the way, the Discord link is in the description below. We're having a Wheelhouse Wednesday tonight, group training. I'm going to be teaching about neural trading and some different things about exiting and some of the things I've noticed amongst in general with the group that might help everybody with the exiting now that they can spot momentum and they get their entries right. I think exiting, we can spend some time on that. So if you're not in the Discord, you might want to get in there. We're going to be doing that, and we do that every Wednesday. Okay, so on Ape, this is, involved in NFTs, and, it just came out recently. It is very, very bullish at the moment. I like trading on the hourly. As long as this is blue, we're in the cloud going up, and everything is bullish, and, we're above our 200, and this is blue. I mean, you have every single thing I'm looking for on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 out of 12 is 96% chance it's going to continue to go up. Looking very, very strong. Okay, another one I had made an alert about today is called Cressi. Now, I already had it, but I added more to it, okay? It is agricultural process industries, basically like pesticides, and doing really well. Big bull trend. It had its down days. It's time to jump back in, looking good. Oops, I'm on the hourly. Let's look at the daily. There you go, a little bit cleaned up. Volume going up, ribbon going up, HMA looking good, cloud good, volume good. Everything's looking good. Earnings coming. Typically when charts, go up and you're in the right sector, right industry group, and a supply chain, and it just makes sense, they're going to have a good earnings because they're getting more business, because there's more demand, less supply. So they're getting more contracts, more business. So when they run, they run. You want to tuck your money into your winners. I did add a little bit more to this one, which is a transportation triple leverage T-Pour. So I, did really well here, came down, I kept it. I bought a little bit more. I'm hoping that we can get above that 200. All the indicators said to buy, so I added a little bit. This is another one that I added more to. It's one of my top winners of the year. CCJ, which is metals, minerals. I mean, just gorgeous bull trend. Had a few down days, so when you get a big uptrend like this, you want to buy on those down days and add more. Buy on the down days, 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 add more. So that's what I did, and that's why I did it. UTI did really well. Put a trade alert out on it yesterday. Picked it up and woke up this morning to quite a bit of money on this. Look at this volume coming in. Look at the direction of outperformance on the S&P. Looking real good at the moment. Strong uptrend. That's Universal Tech Institute. Silvergate was another one I made an alert on. It is breaking past this whole like Head and Shoulders multi-touch base situation. It just had a breakout. It had a great earnings. Volume is coming in. Everything is looking solid. Big gain, almost $100 gain if it went back up to all-time high on Silvergate. You guys know I like Energy U, triple leverage, oil and energy on this channel. Still in it, love it. It's killing it. Another $15 today on this. ENLC was another one I made an alert on and added more to. I made an alert on a couple days back, added more today. It's doing really well. As you know, I've been selling stuff in the profit that was mainly like NASDAQ type stuff, getting out of margin. And then when we had that big momentum day on Monday, was it Monday? No, it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. When we had the big momentum day, I pushed into a couple and I was able to get out of one, which was Palantir. I got out of another one, basically at a little profit. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get out of the NASDAQ stocks. I'm trying to push into momentum on anything that's down, get to even a small loss would have been acceptable just to de-risk and get out of NASDAQ stocks and plug the money into winners or good trending charts in the right industry that pertain to things going on in the global economy, like supply chains, whatnot. Okay, I just picked up 3 more scale ins. I realized that I made an alert for Solana and Luna, but I forgot I actually picked up Aave as well. It was Aave, Aave, Solana, and Luna. And I'm very close to adding more DOT as well. Now, Aave, here's the thing. Okay, it's still under the 200. I got a buy signal here. All my indicators look good. Volume is going up, still under the 200. The HMA is red. So some indecision, but I'm already in it, and I like Aave a lot. Above the 200 and the blue ribbon, still holding the HMA. We've had a little bit of downness on the hourly, but I really like this particular crypto. Coming down currently on the minutes, not overly worried about it. I'd like to keep accumulating certain ones, which would be Aave, Solana, basically everything that you see yellow in here. Aave, DOT, Luna, Zcash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge and Ape. I'm not trying to scale in, but I have some. And Shiba, I'm not trying to scale in. I have some. Cardano, I would. Atom, I would. Avalanche, I would. And that's it, I think. I have 11, and that's probably too many, but I just love them. So what else? Okay, so UTI, CCJ, AR. I always talk about AR. AR had its little down thing, and now it's back on its run. Look, it just got the blue HMA right there. Very, very strong uptrend. Remember, this is that one that I was telling you about with the 3-year cup and handle. From here to here, to the top of the handle in about 11 and a half months, just in this uptrend, just to get to the handle, and this thing is banging. I mean, loving it. Let's just go look at Polkadot real quick since we're on here. Now, these are pretty low numbers. You can see just on the chart, this thing has come way down. I mean, yes, essentially it's making a little bit of a higher low. I noticed a lot of them have gone up and come way down, but not as low as their bottoms. So, DOT is getting close to a scale in. Certainly looking pretty good above the 200, blue ribbon, nice clouds, good momentum, volumes coming in. All indicators show a go on DOT for the hourly. But I like to make sure I don't want to get overly exposed at the moment. I want to see a little bit more strength on the daily. I'm okay with not achieving always the best price. I like some safety and a strong uptrend. It's like it's a little bit closer to guaranteed that you're going to make money if you're in an overall uptrend on the daily or the weekly when you're trading in and out on the hourly, finding momentum, if that makes more sense. What else did I want to show you? Okay, ARC, ARCH, not ARKK. ARCH is a coal like BTU. Good time to grab because it just had many hours that it came down. It's just starting to go up, and we just flashed a buy signal here on the hourly. Let's look at the daily. You're going to find that it's a beautiful uptrend. Just got his HMA blue back in again. I mean, guys, very strong uptrend. Remember, coal, BTU, ARCH, METC, AMR, those are all coal, and those are all very, very bullish. You can pick any one of them, and you'll do well with them. And it has an earnings coming, so that one's good. I also wanted to talk about LYB, one of my new stocks right here. This is LyondellBasell Industries. Okay, so on the daily, we're in an uptrend above the 200. Our HMA just went blue. Look at the momentum, real strong, solid volume. Everything's looking pretty good. Stochastic might turn or braid. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now, I am looking for things that are bullish on the daily, but trading in and out on the hourly for safety. Everything looks pretty darn good on that hourly, I would say right now. However, your HMA just flashed red. I'm not sure if that's in after hours or before the market closed, so we'll have to see what happens with that, but I'm already in that one. Luna, I'm really into Luna. I really like Luna. Let's take a look. Luna is climbing. It showed a little weakness. That's why this went red, but overall ribbon is still showing trend up. Remember, the ribbon shows the trend, and you can see just with that yellow line I drew that this thing is climbing. Okay, it's going in the right direction. Let's look at the daily. I want to show you something. Okay, on Luna. Okay, that cloud back there, that's a big deal for me. Okay, the fact that Luna was the leader out of the whole crypto industry when everything was going down, this was printing blue ribbons above the 200 and running, and still is. Now let's take a deeper look. I want to show you something. Pivot low, okay? Okay, second pivot low. These are stop points, okay? It runs up, it comes down. It breaks that, it touches this one. It gets above this, which is a breakout, and it starts its new run. Ribbon holds, trend shows that it's holding, and now we're going to try to get back above this old school one, which was the previous all-time high. Not this all-time high, but the previous one from the space. Reverse head and shoulders too. I'm sure you guys can see that. Everything on these indicators are looking pretty good. Not pretty good, actually really good. What did I just do? I'm on a different chart. Okay, here we go. This is better. Yeah, like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, indicators good. Luna is a go right now, technically. I mean, I think you're getting a good price because this thing was recently over here at almost 120, and it's 95. That's a $30 hit, and the momentum is saying it wants to go. So that's why I picked up more Luna, Aave, and Solana. We'll look at Solana as well, so you can kind of see what I was seeing. Now, I do want to talk to you about a couple more. I want to show you the Solana chart and what I'm seeing, and I want to show you Zcash, a particular breakout that I'm seeing as well. Let's look at BTU, one of my favorites. You can't go wrong with it. It's just paying you. Now, it had a couple down days, so that's why you want to buy into that if you're not in it. Look at this blue line. It hasn't even broke stride. Ribbon is up. Cup and handle. You can't go wrong with this. Earnings coming. It's coal. It's the right place to be. RLY, one of my new stocks, loving it. It's a multi-asset real return ETF. It makes a little bit of money every day. 13 cents, 20 cents. it's not a dangerous one, okay? You don't want a bunch of dangerous, high-risk, like small cap or NASDAQ type stocks in there right now. You want like commodities, and you want, you know, some safer stuff, and that's what you want. But look at the uptrend, and that's what you want, is an overall uptrend on the daily above the 200 with your HMA never flashing red. You know, big blue clouds, nice blue ribbon, good volume, everything's looking pretty good. What else do we got for you? Okay, ZEC, I wanted to talk to you about the breakout. The breakout is, it's really struggling with this line, but if you notice, the cloud is about to go blue, the ribbon is still blue, okay? Your HMA, or your whole moving average, is not blue yet. However, it flashed a buy signal here. Your volume looks good. All your indicators look good. And this thing was over here at 216, and it's at 158, guys. So we're talking about 42 and another, just call it, we'll call it 17. So that's $59 gain. And it's showing the momentum. Now, you want to get it right above this, because remember, if you get the 3 wicks above and no body close, it almost always fails. Now, this is how you can take a look at Zcash to see what's really going on. First, we look at the 1 hour, okay? There it is. Came out, came down, rejection, came up, failed, up, breakout, rejection, failed, tried, touch, and here we go. We're going to go again. We got to break out, because if we hit it and we reject, you know, it's, you know, you don't want to be buying more until it does whatever it's going to do and then shows momentum again. So it's either going to break out or it's going to fail, and we're going to know very soon. Bitcoin, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm seeing a lot of bullish strength in Bitcoin. Let's start on the minute. I'm going to clean my chart up for you guys on YouTube. I know my Bitcoin chart is a little chaotic. I understand it, because I go way back with it, and I like to look at all the supports and resistances. But I know it probably looks kind of crazy on YouTube. Okay, so we are essentially on the minutes. We are in an uptrend, okay? All these minutes, every time there's 60 of them, we get a 1 hour candle. Let's look at the 1 hour. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So I like to buy above the 200 in a blue ribbon. Of course, this 40,000 or 39,671, whatever, that was the big spot. Your HMA flashed off, boom, got momentum, little sideways, no big deal. Another momentum, another consolidation, no big deal. Another momentum, a little drop, and now momentum's coming in. Let's watch that volume, and let's take a look at the daily. I think that Bitcoin is making progress. I'm watching it. It's going up, you know, in a 24-hour period, anywhere from $100, $150, $200 a day. It wasn't that long ago. It was down at 37,800. 38, 39, 40, 41, and here we are at 41,000, almost 600. And blue candles, volume increasing, good indicators, okay? Not everything is perfect on Bitcoin, but certainly changing directions. And like I had said yesterday, let me just back this out so we can kind of get a better visual here. As I said yesterday, we don't want to ever break this primary trend. We're kind of range bound, but we are slightly going up, and I'm thinking that this comes up, rejects, touches, fails, fight, and then boom. And what I'm hoping is we get major momentum and we make another, okay, we make another higher high right here. We come up, and this thing maybe, you know, does this thing, you know, and maybe it'll reject here, and it'll come down a little bit like it did here, and then it'll make its next leg up, and it'll make a higher high, a higher high, a higher high, and it'll make its way up. And that's going to take time, and it's going to be a process. And I think that the date that I figured out was September 17th. So we got some time, and it's going to take some time. So remember, if it does do that, we are certainly at the lower end of the spectrum in the buy area. Now, obviously safer to buy above the 200, obviously safer if the HMA is blue, but I mean, honestly, this 40 is a big number, and buying right on top of it, putting your stop below it, I mean, that's the way you want to do it. So Bitcoin looking good. Now, I want to go over some ones that have been hit real hard. Did I go through everything I want to talk about? So Zcash breakout. We don't need to talk about that. AMR I mentioned. It's another coal one. ETH, Bitcoin, Luna. Oh, LAC priming on the 1 hour. So I wanted to talk to you about LAC. It's a lithium. I mentioned in yesterday's video. Here it is. Okay, had a little bit of a down day, but I'm seeing some serious bullishness here. Okay, for a long time now, you're above this 200. Okay, you're above this purple line. That's number one. Okay, you got your blue ribbons, big time. Okay, went to a purple ribbon. Okay, this is it changed course back in March, early March, and big momentum up. Made a lot of money on it. I did not follow the signal. I stayed in, and I just bought more. And here we go. We're back onto some nice momentum. But this is what I'm seeing. Not only is it looking really good on the daily, look at the hourly. The hourly is prime, okay? What I like to do on the hourly is I like this to be blue, this to be blue, the cloud to be blue, the price action above the 200, and all my indicators to flash with volume. If you can get all of those with a uptrend on the daily and then it coming out of a down back into it, exactly what I just said, price action above a 200, above the 200, blue ribbon, blue cloud, HMA is the right color, all indicators flashing with volume. If you can get all those together, this thing is about to run. It usually will always run when all those things sync up with a very high probability. LAC is a good one. Just wanted to mention it for you guys. I'm just trying to help you guys out, give a different perspective from like a professional technical type trader. And just try to help you guys navigate because there's a lot to navigate here. We're in rough seas. You don't want to just dollar cost average and drive right into the tornado and get chopped up. You don't want to, take your ship into the eye of the storm. You want to learn to navigate around it, and that's what I'm trying to help you do. You want to notice those pivots. You want to get out of margin. You want to have, small wins every day of realized gains are good. You can use that. And then you can double down when there is a momentum day. Right now we're hitting big green days about every 8 days. That's really bad. Usually in a poor stock market, you're having 3 red, 2 green, Monday through Friday. In a decent stock market, you're having 3 green, 2 red. When you're having 8 red against 1 green, this is like bear territory. So what I'm trying to do is get you guys out of margin, identify pivots, put cash on the side, realize gains, even if they're small. Understand that taking a small loss, a couple percent, that's okay. It's better to have the cash and be out of margin. And then wait for those big green days that show up every 6, 7, 8, 9 days, whatever it is. And then when it happens, look through all your watch lists, on the minutes and 1 hour, between that time frame. And when you get conditions like this, price action above the 200 with momentum, everything looks good. There'll be a couple in your portfolio. Put money into that and springboard up and get out, especially if it's NASDAQ. I'm talking about doing it on the NASDAQ ones to get out. Your other ones shouldn't be destroyed that hard. I'm just trying to give you a way to get out of these NASDAQ ones because the NASDAQ is showing a lot of weakness as I showed you on the index, okay? What else? We talked about Solana. Oh, let's look at Solana. We should look at it. Now, Solana was up there, okay? Guys, dude, Solana's bad. $260. We're at 106. This is a $154 gain if it goes up. Remember how I was telling you? You had your lows and then big momentum, and you came down, which was painful, and you're starting to go up, but it's a higher low, okay? You got this, okay? You got this kind of thing. So you kind of bottomed out of your channel or your base, but then even though it was painful, you're actually making a directional move. You're making a higher low. Well, I'm seeing that on a lot of charts, and I like when I see that, and I'm seeing that on Solana. Now, yes, it'll be better to get above this previous base, but you got to start somewhere, and it looks like the cloud wants to go blue. You're still red here. Volume is good. Indicators are good. You're below the 200. Indecision's not perfect, but you're in that buying range, guys. And let's go look at the hour, okay? On the hourly, again, like Bitcoin, had a lot of momentum, kind of fell below, but starting to go up. There is some bears fighting, but still making progress. Let's just see what's going on in the minutes. It's essentially, it's wiggling its way through. And it's trending up. And again, every 60 minutes here on the minutes, we'll make a candle in the direction or the color of what's going on minute to minute. So yeah, Solana, even though there's some indecision, it's one that I want to hold and accumulate. So I like that. Now, let's take a look at some of the ones that are just getting destroyed, okay? So I put pretty much all-time low stocks, okay? So let's look at this first one. Actually, let me just do it alphabetical because there's too much in here. And the first one we're going to look at is Draftkings, okay? As of close today, it's at $15.56. Let's look at the daily. Want to show you something here. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, this is a classic 4-phase situation. Okay, you have your accumulation phase right there. Okay, you came up. This is, the accumulation phase. Well, this is phase 4. Okay, this is phase 1, accumulation phase. Okay, participation phase, and then distribution phase, and then back to phase 4, which we're in now. You want to get out of phase 4 and into phase 1. I had told you guys in a video that right here on this candle was the middle. Okay, that it was going to be, we were halfway through the bottoming process right there. Okay, now I put stuff on the chart so you could see, and I didn't need it, but I should. You see that little triangle? That's where I told you it was the middle. Okay, what's going to happen is this is going to do its thing. Right now it feels painful. It's basically at the lowest it's been, which was $14.97. We're like 50 cents away from that. Okay, so it's going to do its thing, and I noticed that this is down here, so it looks like it wants to bounce, or it's going to be bouncing soon, because a lot of technical traders will notice that, and they'll get those big 9-10% days, and then they'll pull out. So you got to be careful. But one is probably coming. So this is the middle. It's going to do its process. It's going to work its way up. See how this is kind of curling down and flattening? It's going to flatten and it's going to curl up. And while it curls up, this is going to straighten out. Eventually, they're going to meet, and the price action is going to go above the 200, and then it's going to start this phase again, and then this phase, and then eventually this one and this one. So it'll go through its 4 phases. Right now it's in phase 4, the worst phase, and it will eventually, probably over in here around June, something like that, it'll start kind of like, you'll notice this will be coming up, this will be flattening, and we'll be getting a little closer, and it won't be in these 15s, it'll be in the 16s and 17s, and from there, once it starts moving above the 200, it's going to be 18, 19, 22, 25, 27. It's going to move. But, pros know about this, and, nobody, it's like the ugly girl at the dance. Nobody wants to dance with her. It's like it's raining outside, and the dog's out there like, let me in. And you're like, no, you smell like dog poop, So that's what's going on with Draftkings. So it's on that list. Another one that is just wrecked right now is SoFi, $6.95. Holy moly. It IPO'd, guys. It IPO'd over here at $10.10. It's 40% lower than its IPO price, and it's fintech. Now, this does not have to do with earnings. This does not have to do with the way the company is being run. This doesn't have to do with contracts. This doesn't have to do with them not getting a charter. Everything is pretty sound on this company. Thing is they do lending for student loans, and there hasn't been any student loans. Not that there hasn't been student loans, there hasn't been student loan payments, and they were supposed to have student loan payments, and we were getting some momentum. And then the administration in the U.S. said, "Hey, we're gonna let those student loans kind of hang back for a little while. You don't have to pay them right now." And then more news just came out yesterday. Right in here, more news came out that Biden is going to be wiping 40,000 different student loans on top of extending the payment period. So that's bad news for SoFi over and over and over. If you can notice, it is curling and coiling. This thing is getting so darn low that it's just kind of like, look at the stochastic, again with those dotted lines. Every time it gets that low, there's a pop up, okay? So, and there's their earnings coming. So that's on that 52-week low. Another one, a great company that is just super low right now is PayPal. Okay, PayPal is just wrecked. I mean, another, Here's phase 4. This phase 4 right here is this phase 4. It's just that this one looks really big because it's current. When years go by, it'll be small again like this. It'll on the chart. So this is phase 4. Okay, this is phase 1, phase 2, and then you get into phase 3 all the way through here to phase 4, and it looks like it's doing a double bottom. Okay, I noticed that earlier before I started the video. So you got something going on like this. Okay, so you got something going on like this where it's double bottoming. Okay, that's usually a good sign. And similar to Draftkings, you got this big curl down. This thing needs to kind of flatten out. This thing needs to, get its process to make its way up. But these are usually the bottoms of the process. You get probably one nice big blue candle coming, and there's an earnings, which might be the reason why it happens. And then you'll be at the middle of that one. So that'll be kind of the lowest price that you can get. So for you long-term PayPal lovers, that's one to be looking at. Same thing with Draftkings and SoFi. These are low. Another one that is just destroyed. You got to be careful with this one because I don't know what's going to happen on their earnings. I mean, if we have another Netflix situation, there it is again. Up and down, but not down as much. Now, we're not printing blue candles. We can't say exactly, but this is insane when I look at this chart. This is Facebook, guys. Look at this chart. I mean, God, this thing got wrecked, right? Phase 4, pandemic. Phase 1, phase 2, participation phase. Phase 3, distribution. Phase 4, okay? Is it making its first higher low? Okay? We don't know until we start printing some blue candles to really know about that, but your HMA is flashed blue. It's actually flashed blue. Your stochastic is actually crossing, even though you had a big volume day down. Something to watch. It's going to be interesting. I would just keep an eye on those earnings. Okay, what else? Okay, Netflix. Let's talk about Netflix real quick. Netflix is getting rocked for multiple reasons. Bad earnings. I'm short Netflix, which thank God. Yeah, so, it's done its thing. It topped out on distribution. I was explaining with all these lines here, I don't know, a month or two ago, that these are all reasons you should have known to get out if you didn't notice this one right here, which was the first one. I was explaining that in a group training. But yeah, this thing has just gotten tore back. Now, this one is not a double bottom, making a higher. This one actually had its line here, but nope. It is now created a new low, new 52-week. I mean, that's a big drop right there, guys. We went down on this thing 35.12%. It closed at $226.19. I mean, that is low for Netflix. $122.42 drop. Crazy. This guy in my group was telling me that one of his buddies bought puts on this and made 130 grand on it between after hours and today. So, yeah, money to be made. Directional trading is amazing. Another one, I've been trading in and out of it, but it's at its 52-week low. It's really low right now. Unity Software. It's at 83.77. Again, this one is like your Bitcoin and stuff where it came all the way down, went up, it's come down, and it's kind of making its directional higher low situation. We'll see. We need some blue candles. The HMA is flashing blue. It is really, really low on this thing. It did flash a buy signal right here, this triangle to buy. Oh, it flashed a sell right there. Okay, it said buy right there, sell right there, which was accurate now that I look at the chart and I look back at it. It has not flashed another buy signal. So again, if you're looking for those long-term, really low price ones, these ones I'm telling you, DraftKings, SoFi, PayPal, Facebook, Netflix, Unity, and we'll talk about Peloton in a minute. Those are all really low for the watch list. I'm not saying or suggesting to buy them. I'm just saying that you can identify the lows, the process with the 200, see if it's flattening, see kind of where you're at in it. And if you're like a long-term conviction person in those particular companies, then you're getting close to the lowest prices they will be. Draftkings, SoFi, PayPal, Facebook, Netflix, we don't know. Netflix does not look like it is at the bottom. Unity, we are not positive about. Facebook, we're going to need to know what happens with the earnings. They're all still in limbo, but they're low is what I'm saying. And if you go back to all-time high and you understand that you're in phase 4 and you're willing to stomach it and weight it and put some dough into it, gently nibbles, strategically in this phase 4 process, once it moves, those are true investments that will flourish over time, just a food for thought kind of thing, okay? And let's go look at the last one, Peloton. Okay, Peloton at one point was just a monster. This thing was just paying us fat back in 2020. Look at this thing. All-time high of $171.20. It's at $21.77. Now, personally, I'm okay with trading this. I don't want to invest in it personally, but I'll tell you from a technical standpoint, this thing looks like it is certainly bottoming out. Pretty darn close to it, if not. Yeah, so that's a little above. That's a. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, this thing probably is bottoming out, actually, guys. Yeah, so. Okay, so touch. So this is like the bottom, 22.52, and you're just a hair below that line right now. So again, one of those moment of truth situations. You're still coming down on your 200. You're not flat, but it looks like you're in the middle, and you're starting. You notice how all these floating deviations and the EMA ribbons here, they're kind of curling. So it's going to flatten and then start to go up into phase 1 out of phase 4, and this will flatten and they'll cross in the price action. And so Peloton, Unity, Netflix, Facebook, PayPal, SoFi, DraftKings. Watch list for all-time lows, for those long-term big investments that will flourish a year and a half, 2-3 years up the road, whatever it may be. Remember, they go back, once they go through this whole phase, eventually they come back through this whole phase. They all do it, crypto and stocks. There's 4 phases. It's on every stock, every crypto. It has been since the beginning of time. It's the way the markets work. So, if you're like a long-term, conviction person in these, that would be good. As far as really good picks that are trending up on the daily with all the right indicators, and you could trade in and out on the hourly for quick realized gains during this debacle, you're looking at CCJ, UTI, and AR, Antero Resources, ARCH, LYB, BTU, RLY, Zcash, possible breakout crypto. Ford has a dividend. There's usually bullish momentum right before a dividend. Might be easy money and it's cheap. AMR. I like keeping an eye on Ethereum and Bitcoin right now. I think we're getting very close to a move on those. Luna, I'm liking Luna. I just bought more of it. LAC is prime right now. Lithium is prime for a nice little snap for some realized gains. Solana, just picked up more. That's it. You got your good ones, you got your bad ones. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you a daily update. We did make some bullish moves on the Dow. What I said was going to happen on the NASDAQ unfortunately did happen. Hopefully you've been listening. Hopefully you've been paying attention to how to navigate this. Look for pivots, get out of margin, sell in the profit. You can rebuy them later, make profit again and again and again and again. It's trading. And, you want to, when there is those big green days that happen every 8 or 9 days, something in your NASDAQ portfolio that's really red will be bullish, big 10, 12, 14% gain on those kind of days, and just double, triple down into it, springboard out, and de-risk. That's how you got to play the game. We're in a defensive mode. Remember, if you're a coach on a football team, it's not, hey, go long, we're going to win the game. No, we got to know our offensive packages, okay? We got to, they changed the line on their defense, we have to change the line. And if we're calling a running play, we need our offensive line to break holes so our running game can get through there and get some yards. And then the coach, has to be, changing plays on the fly and playing defense too. So it's offense and defense. Sometimes we're offense, sometimes we're defense. I try to show you charts that are bullish to the daily with all the right things going on, right sector, right industry group, right fundamentals, right technicals, right everything. And those are safe, and you can trade in and out on the hourly just to kind of realize gains and not be in too deep, or you can hold even those. And then I'm showing you ways to kind of navigate the market, stay out of trouble before it happens, and it's already happening. I tried to tell you guys before, like I was telling you back in like September, November, a lot of what was going to happen, and then that happened, and then I showed you the pivots of when to get in and told you how to get out. I'm kind of trying to keep you abreast instead of telling you after it happens, tell you before stuff happens, so that you're able to kind of, if you just listen to what I'm saying and you just really listen to it and rewind it and go back to the other videos and look at the dates, you'd be like, damn, he literally said what was going to happen, and then it happened. Like, I should just listen to him. And the reason is because I've been doing this for a while. I've been through all the pain, man. I've been through my tuition experience and whatnot. So, you just got to figure out how to play it. I think the best way is to de-risk out of the NASDAQ. And if you're going to be in anything long, you really need to be in those really bullish supply and demand situations, and that's like your coal and your energy and stuff like that. But now you just got to start being a little careful with that stuff too. We got to keep an eye. We don't want to overdo it on those. You should have been in those, 6 months ago and riding to the top right now. We definitely want to be in them, but we don't want to only be in them. We want to have that and cash, and probably, be looking at either just being in cash or shorting some NASDAQ stocks. And then there's obviously different momentum trades happening via scalp or intraday day trades, or even the 2-3 day hourly type trades that are really, really good out there. News driven, catalyst driven, that kind of stuff. And obviously Tesla will be big today. That should help because Tesla is in the S&P and the NASDAQ, correct? And should be very good. That should help. In fact, it might even bring up the ones like Lucid and Neo and some of the other ones. We'll see about that. I don't know. Tesla's just like the big dog, Tesla and Elon are getting a lot in the news with the Twitter thing. I mean, SpaceX, he's just killing it. He's crushing the game, So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I appreciate you watching to the end. You can rewind the video. I give some really good tips and try to help you guys out, but I do appreciate you watching to the end. My name is Chris, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.